fucking dead. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. This is episode 20 of A Hill to Die On. We have our mics, or sorry, not our mics. We have our cameras
Happy
off. We're gonna reveal
Halloween.
spooky. We're gonna reveal our costumes in three. One, two, three. Everybody
Wait,
reveal your
it's on three.
costumes.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Wait, no, Brett, there's no way. Let me see. Come back. Hold up.
No way. I think Brett wins.
That is amazing, dog. Okay, first of all, where'd you get the paint from? The face paint.
Uh, it's called GoHo.
I don't know. I would make you this first. Has to be the fucking It's gonna be the. I'm gonna pin you real quick. This is gonna be the thumbnail for this episode. It's fantastic. I feel like Brett, John and I didn't really do much then because you kind of killed the game, my guy.
Uh, Yeah, Brett kind of got us. He
Speaker.
got us beat.
Hey, I'm going as Shrek. I'm doing the best I could do. Uh, Fiona, Donkey.
Donkey.
Is
This is the
Corianne
last.
there as Fiona?
No, but she does kind of look like Fiona. Corianne.
That's cold. You
Wait,
can't say no. Don't say that.
before or after the
Don't say that
transition?
to your fiance.
Before or after the
He's
transition?
got headphones in.
Uh, well, she doesn't even watch these episodes, so it doesn't matter. If she did watch them, she would know that you called her Fiona. Um, Look, man, I had to like make shift to. I went to Party City today, and I'm surprised. First of all, I'm surprised Party City is even a fucking thing anymore. Like everything, every brick and mortar is essentially gone out of business.
I want to talk about Party City.
But before we get to that, what the fuck are you?
Are you just in chainmail?
Chainmail hood.
Are you just a medieval
He's just
knight?
in chainmail.
I told you my costume didn't arrive on time. I'm pretty upset with.
He
the,
just got
the,
he got an accessory that a knight wears.
Yeah, I mean, like he has like other like armband shit, but I couldn't find it in the store, so I just kind of went with it. Look,
What's on your
I
t-shirt?
I don't know, San Diego Fair.
Tell me. You couldn't even bring yourself to just wear like a neutral shirt.
All right, I apologize. Okay, for what are you supposed to be, John?
Oi, bruv, you want a marmalade sandwich?
Oh, what is that? Was that Paddington Bear 2?
Oi, I'm sexy Paddington.
Is that really what that's supposed to be? Is that really what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, no, it is.
You're
It was a little. It was a little thrown together. I was gonna get a correct hat, and then I couldn't find a correct hat.
No, that's
So
fair.
you essentially did nothing. You essentially just put on some clothes and
Well,
then
he's-
told me you were Paddington.
That's correct.
Okay, obviously Brett wins the prize for the best costume. Who's in second place then? Is it John or me? I think
I mean,
I'll
if
let-
John told me he was going for like a homeless guy, I would say John.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, it's yeah. You look like
You
a
don't
New
think
York-
you don't think if Paddington was sexy, he would look like this?
he'd
I think
still
if he
be
was
a
sexy, he would
bear.
look like Hugh Grant.
He'd still be a
It's a-
bear. Also, you just look like some
Paddington
random
Bear.
Bro,
person.
I wasn't gonna get a bunch of fur and glue it to my body.
That would have been honestly pretty fucking dope.
Also, for the record, I do not have pants on.
Oh
Well,
hell yeah!
That's cool. Oh, that's because
Wait,
Paddington doesn't
okay.
have pants on.
That's the one thing that you did. That's Paddington. Is he's nude?
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what gave me the idea. The man never wears pants. He's
Also,
inherently a sexy bear.
For all we know, you just never wear pants for every episode that we've done so far. I mean that it could be just kind of Brett. This is fucking nuts.
Yeah, I can't get over Brad. I can't stop looking at him.
This shit is
It's too good.
crazy, bro. That's fantastic. It really is.
I am a little surprised by the decision to keep the beard.
Yeah, and to pay how easy is that
And
is that going
Like
to be
to go
get
to
off?
to go to the effort of painting your face, but not shave.
I give you. We have to make a clip of this and put it on other various.
Dude, honestly, I don't even know why I'm trying to critique Brett's thing. Like he crushed it.
I
Well-
I I worked hard.
I gotta ask, because you were at a doctor's appointment before this, and it didn't seem like you had much time between the doctor's appointment and this.
No,
Were
I
you at the
literally showed
doctor
up.
with the
I
face
literally
paint
showed
on?
up. No. I showed up. I opened the Amazon package that had this in it. I rubbed it on my face. I put the headband on. I sat down. I made a Zoom.
God damn it. What a trooper, I swear to God. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Um yeah, I was
think
gonna
so
say, John,
pissed off at the doctor.
I was gonna say, John, you look like a person who just moved to New York, who lives like somewhere in Manhattan, who's trying to make it work, but we know that their family has money, but they're trying to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? It's what you look like. So you're dressed as a New York transplant. That's what you're dressed as. You're a New York
If I said that
transplant.
was if I said that was my costume, I feel like I would have won.
Yeah, I
I
would
think
agree.
so. It'd be very
All right.
spot on. All right.
It's
Well,
good to know.
anyways,
It's good to know because I will probably wear this to a party and say that I'm a New York transplant now.
people would, or you can say you're a London transplant.
Really, all John did was just put on a raincoat and nothing, and then talk about marmalade. And I got it. I got it right off the bat.
And you
So you know what? In a way, he did well.
Okay, so
If
wait,
I think if I made my legs furry and my body furry and just like put on a lot of fur, that
so
would
just
also
like
be
just
better.
like a furry costume.
I was originally gonna get a bear coat, and then I thought that was kind of morbid for sexy Paddington.
Dead Paddington. Uh, all right, cool. Well, this is episode 20. Whoa, happy Halloween, everybody. This is episode 20.
I was
a
working in
Hilda-
the lab late one night.
I got one more thing to say on the costuming front, which is I'm very proud of us because Comey, you had this idea a couple weeks ago, and the fact even if it was done poorly, the fact that it was
Yeah.
actually seen through and everyone arrived in a costume of some kind.
I must say,
Kind of impressive for
hats
us.
Out, hats off to us because we don't really put much effort into this podcast. So, Brett, you painting your face, it's amazing. John, you putting on random clothes from your wardrobe, amazing. Me going to Party
Not
City
mine.
last
Not
minute,
mine. My flatmates. My
there you go.
flatmates.
Me going to Party City last
Yeah.
minute and also getting a crumble cookie as I sift through the aisles to find the cheapest thing I can find. Also amazing. So shout out to us. This is gonna be great. I don't really have I've been like stopped. I've tried not to bring in things in anymore because I feel like it just makes the podcast a little forced. But since it is gonna be a spooky episode, I thought I had some ideas that we might throw around here. The first question or idea is the scariest thing that has happened to you. It doesn't even have to be like paranormal activity or anything like that. Just like genuinely the most scared you've ever been in your entire life. Um, I'll go first. Uh, this was on a trip to Ohio. This was like a little less than a year ago, and I swear to God, on everything I love, I thought that plane was going to go down. Like the amount of turbulence on that plane, like I started like texting people and like drafting up text messages and be like, yo, if I don't make it, make sure nobody goes to my phone. Um, don't check don't check my Facebook or my internet search history, things like that. And then at one point, like the turbulence was happening for a solid like 45 minutes to an hour. And at one point, the pilot just stopped, kind of like just being like, "Hey, sorry about the turbulence," because originally he started off being like, "Hey, we're going through a little bit of some patchy weather. We're gonna have a little bit of turbulence here and there." And then at one point, he just stopped communicating in general, like, and the plane was just rattling and shaking as if like we were gonna go down. People started screaming on the fucking airplane, like genuinely, like it would be like, "Ah!" People would start screaming. So that's the scariest, me personally.
What do the flight attendants do? Were they nervous?
They were just sitting down. They just
All
sat
right,
down.
the people
and
could have
then-
settled down.
well, fair enough. People and started they buckled themselves in and just kind of wrote it out. But the funniest thing part for me was just like the pilot just not communicating any longer after like the fifth or sixth like bout of turbulence that we hit. He was just like, fuck it, they'll be all right. Well, that shit was scary as fuck. That's my like scariest thing that's ever honestly happened to me.
I feel like
Apart
talking
from-
about turbulence. I'm with you on that being scary, Comey, but I feel like talking to turbulence to Brett, since he is a pilot, uh, is
I don't.
I feel like he's
I
just always
don't.
going to be like, turbulence is nothing. It doesn't matter. And
Turbulence
I
is
get
scary.
it,
It can be scary, but I mean, look at the flight attendants. And flight attendants are just sitting there talking about Sunday.
I'm
but that's
gonna.
because like what are the flight attendants going to do even if it is scary? Like if the plane is actually falling, what are they
Okay.
actually going to do? They're
Not to
probably
be
just
that-
going to sit there and talk about it.
Not to be that person, but I'm gonna amend your statement real quick. And you saying that
Whose?
you saying that Brett is a pilot is a very broad stroke of an.
I was
that you're
just giving the
using there.
man some credit. This
I
this man
appreciate
is
it.
getting
I was
married
gonna-
in a couple months. I'm trying to gas him up.
Yeah, I didn't want to correct him, but I'm only 14 hours into that license.
Okay, to be fair, I did think you were much further in.
No, I'm 14 hours in. I've only ever flown a plane where there's a guy holding my hand.
That's like equating.
Was he
I
holding it
equate
because there was turbulence?
Yeah, yeah, I got scared.
calling Brett a pilot is equivalent to calling me an actor, right? I mean,
No,
like,
it's
that's
not.
about-
You're an
that's a-
actor.
That's
No,
about
it's
the same.
not. You just got a professional acting job.
Yeah, but that was like kind of a one-off. If we're being honest, I don't know. Things are looking a little bit shaky. Honestly, I will say the most scariest thing right now is my career. that's the most scariest thing. That shit is spooky.
The prospect of losing the home over your head.
That shit is spooky as fuck, man.
Hey, I
You
got
know,
an
as a
actual-
New
I
York
got a pair-
as a New York transplant, I can tell you about how scary it is to lose your job.
I got an actual paranormal ghost story.
Fuck yeah, man. Let's get spooky up in this bitch.
And I don't believe in ghosts. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in really anything. But this was scary. I was in the third grade, and
Do
we
you
were
believe-
living
do you
in
believe in
Miami,
love?
Florida. Huh?
Do you believe in love?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. Oh, she didn't hear any of that. I'm just being a creep.
Is there earphones in?
He asked me if I believed in love, and I said yeah. Anyway, what was I saying?
You were living in
Was-
Florida.
Living in Florida. I was living in Miami. We were living at my great grandmother's house, who had just died. And we lived there for 3 months while we were waiting for our house to be ready to live. We were moving houses and we were waiting for ours. So we were living in my great grandmother's house. She had just died. And she lived in the worst part of Miami, Florida, this really bad area. On the end of the street, there was a motel that only like prostitutes and drug dealers hung out at. It was a real sketchy area. You would shocked my mom ever lived there. But we were there for a few months. One day my parents went to go on like a date or something, and we had a babysitter come to watch my brother and I. And the babysitter left at like 11 p.m. and my parents weren't back yet. And they left after my brother and I were asleep. And I just heard in my great grandmother's voice, I heard, Brett, come here. And I thought it was my brother. So I stood up and I went outside, and it was pitch black. It was like 11 something, and I couldn't see or hear anybody. The babysitter was gone. My parents weren't there. So I went into my brother's room, and he was fast asleep. And then I was looking at him in his bed, and from behind me, I heard, Brett, here. And then I turned around, and it was my great grandmother's voice, but I couldn't see anybody. So I just sprinted back to my bed, got in bed, and just tried to go back to sleep and forget anything happened. That's probably the scariest thing that's happened to me.
So I gotta say, it's a solid scary story. I am very distracted by Comey with the glasses on because his costume went from Comey wearing some chainmail to like a kid who wears his costume to school every day, even when it's not Halloween.
He's the kid who wore
Can you-
his Halloween costume during Spirit Week.
Yeah, can you put the glasses back on for a second, Comey?
All of a sudden, he's a LARPer.
he's become a
Yeah,
LARPer.
shit. I'm just gonna.
You're
just-
reminding me
just-
a little bit of Lamar.
Odom.
No,
Anyways, all right, we're back. Sorry about that little disruption there. We're talking shit about somebody that we all know. Sean started it.
John, I need you to go ahead and say a scary story. Then I need to talk shit about somebody we all know that we're just going to leave in the podcast.
We can't do that. You know
We're
can't.
going
Oh,
to.
You
We're
know
leaving
we
it,
can't.
and we're naming names.
All right, John. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Scary-
yeah. No,
scary
that
story.
that honestly very solid, scary story, Brett. I think we all were a little bit scared. Um, I know I personally was paying thorough attention, and not distracted by Comey's glasses at all.
I'm trying to switch up
And
my
now,
costume, man.
now, now Comey is. I mean, what
Now he's a
is
gumdrop.
this?
He's now a half unwrapped gumdrop.
He's one of the Munchkins.
He's a Hershey's.
shit.
Kobe, you're
He's
now
a Hershey's Kiss.
Hang on, Kobe. Do you have like a? Do you
That's
have like
actually a Hershey's Kiss.
Kobe,
'cause
do you have
of
a,
the
do you have like a
chainmail.
sock somewhere that you could like put in your mouth, just be a full Hershey's Kiss,
No, there's no
just with that
sock
white
anywhere.
string?
It's been like unwrapped a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad. All right, all
I
right.
like
scary,
Kobe's just
spooky
going to become
stories.
different things throughout the episode.
If I can find things, yeah. All right, continue.
All right, we talking shit?
No, spooky story, John.
Oh,
Put it together.
I don't have anything. I don't have anything as good as Brett's. I think the scariest thing that ever happened to me. Sadly, I was pretty young, so I don't. And this priest, can't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
no,
Kobe's
I was-
now he's a mechanic.
Repressed memory.
No, I was touring Brazil with my boys choir.
Okay,
even
obviously this
joking.
is terrible.
I'm not even joking. I am not joking. And
I'm
we
leaning in for
went to
this shit.
went to the beach, and all these street vendors like selling, soccer jerseys, fruit, that kind of thing. Seemed pretty nice during the day. We like buy some stuff from them, whatever, and then we're just hanging out at the beach. And then the sun sets. We do sunset at the beach, and it's like dusk, pretty much. And then there's just yelling. And I turn my head, and several of these vendors have like enclosed our choir, like all probably 20 of us, like in like kind of a circle. And the counselors all like are kind of like freaked out, so they're kind of like ushering the kids away. And then the guys pull out knives, like little knives. Nothing crazy, but just little like the knives in West Side Story.
Switchblade.
Yeah, a little switchblade. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. And they're just like, give us your wallets, give us your watches, like all that stuff. And just like a brawl broke out between the choir instructors, and they were like telling us to run, and we all ran towards our hotel. And I didn't really know what was going on, so I just kind of ran with the crowd.
I like that on
and it-
Halloween we were supposed to tell scary stories, and you guys told genuinely traumatic.
They're scary stories. What do you mean?
Like John almost got stabbed.
Well, I didn't almost get stabbed. I was 9. I don't think they were going to do anything to me. I think they were just going to be like, give us your, I don't know, cash that I had.
But give us
Did
your
you give him
butt.
anything?
Give us your butt.
Wait, did you
They-
give him
they
anything?
No, because they didn't stop me. I was too quick. I ran away. One kid had dug a hole that day. So the story goes, one kid had dug a hole that day, like a really deep hole in the beach. And while all the altercation was happening, one of the counselors kicked one of the vendors into the hole, and he like fell into the hole that was behind him because and couldn't get out. And then I think what the instructor had a Rolex, and they were trying to like cut for it, so they like cut his arm a few times.
Instructor had a Rolex.
Yeah.
Also,
Kind of
is this-
stupid to just be walking
I
around with
I
a
thought when
Rolex in Rio de Janeiro, but
when we're telling Halloween stories and somebody starts it by saying, when I was a little boy, I was on a tour of Brazil with my boys choir. That's like going to be the best Halloween story. And then he said, I got mugged at the age of 9.
No,
in Brazil.
almost mugged
At
the
knife
age of
point.
9.
At knife point by some
I-
Portuguese dude.
I personally thought it was going to be like a story where you were in Brazil and, one night you guys were all at the hotel and for some reason, one of the, the priests or whatever showed up to your hotel rooms like, "Hey, John, how you doing?" And, it was like, yeah,
I think that was a really solid Portuguese accent.
well, I didn't think that they were Portuguese. I thought they were just American.
You thought the
Brazil?
priest was
thought the
Brazil-
Bra- you-
was
you thought-
American in Brazil?
Yeah, you thought the Portuguese speaking Brazilians were American.
Well, no, I thought they were just like kind of accompanying you guys. They were like American priests who accompanied the young boys choir to Brazil.
No, we weren't a religious choir. We sang some religious songs, but we were not a
Oh,
religious
okay.
choir.
That makes a little bit more
We
sense.
were just like a regular secular boys choir. You know,
Oh, I
that's
love
normal.
the secular choirs. Did you have to sing a song in Spanish for some reason?
Oh yeah, every language you could think of.
Why?
German, Italian, Spanish.
because they don't have
Other
religious music
languages.
to sing, so they have to just kind of like wing it a little bit. And like religious.
I think when we went to Brazil, they actually had us learn. I never know the right words to it now, but it, you know, the one that's like, bum 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 bum.
Nope.
Nope. All right, cool. Go ahead and cut that.
I'm not gonna cut that.
Well, I do. You know, I genuinely do it. I've got a Halloween question. I want to know your actual opinions on this. Do you have an idea? What do you guys think? Do you think it is open-minded or closed-minded of me to say that I don't think ghosts exist? I think that something like that happens, there's something explainable behind it. Except you don't have to know exactly what it is. But like the whole thing with my great grandmother, when I overheard her whispering to me, and I thought that she was, and then I thought it was my brother, and then I ran away. I thought she was from behind me. Everything there, like, yes, in my actual memory, she was talking to me. That was her voice. But when I actually look back on it, it could be I'm remembering things wrong. It could be my mom had just gotten home. Like there could be a lot of things that it actually was, but my mind is telling me it was my great grandmother. Is that open-minded or closed-minded of me to think that?
To think that it was your great grandmother?
To say I don't believe in ghosts, I believe it was something real. People like to say that's cynical and closed-minded. I think that's actually more open-minded to say it could be something that I just don't know what it was. There could have been a whole flurry of things that it was, of possibilities, and my mind isn't just jumping to ghost.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, it's not really a question of open-minded, closed-minded. Like, I mean, I don't know. I've had the same thing as you, where I've basically said to people, I don't believe in ghosts. I think the first time I ran into this, I was like 13. It was in my 7th grade class, and I said I didn't believe in ghosts, and like everybody got
Fucking
mad at me for
hipster
some
over
reason.
here.
Like even the teacher got mad at me, and then
Teacher's like, fucking, you don't believe in ghosts, John?
no,
Oh,
that's
bitch.
kind of what happened.
Where'd
I'm
your
not even
detention
joking. That's
slip?
kind of what happened. She was like, you like, but they could. It was like, well, what is this class that I'm sitting in?
Is this not English?
but-
Why are we talking about ghosts?
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say, Brad, is like I've actually run into this exact thing, and it is crazy to me how much pushback you get for it. And it's crazy to me that I think like a huge proportion of people who you would otherwise think are like pretty, you know, secular, don't believe in a lot of supernatural stuff, absolutely believe in ghosts. Like I think it has to be the most common bullshit thing that people believe in.
Well, I mean, you can't really say that it's bullshit because people, I mean, I guess there's no evidence, like no factual based evidence to back that ghosts exist.
My
but-
favorite evidence that people have is on this picture there are weird circles. Therefore, there's a ghost here. What the fuck?
Well, I just find that everybody seems to have a paranormal story.
I don't.
Like, I
don't.
just-
I do not.
Yeah,
have a
I mean,
paranormal story.
neither do I. But I meet so many people who like really strongly feel they've had a paranormal experience.
The worst people are the people who go, I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in spirits.
The same thing. I've been recently watching cryptid videos on YouTube. So like, of the Florida. Wait, no, fucking Sasquatch and like things like that, and people are wild, bro. Like seeing and like Nessie, the Loch Ness monster, and people really believe in that shit. Like they have like groups and shit where they go into the woods and they like just scream trying to call. Also, how do you know if that scream is going to bring forth the Bigfoot? Like, where did you get that information from to like know that that's like yelling? It's supposed to like attract.
Yeah, surely
Bigfoot.
if I'm Bigfoot, I am avoiding yelling. I
Yeah.
probably have very sensitive ears.
Hey, does our podcast have a social media page?
Yeah, it does.
That's active. Okay.
Yeah,
Don't
I've
you
never used
literally
it, though.
run the TikTok for for it, Brett?
Dude, no, he does not. What are you
I have not
talking
done
about?
anything for that.
We've
I have
none.
not done
we
shit.
we have
I
a
really
an
should.
Instagram, we have a YouTube, a Spotify, and an Apple Music, which like I barely use shit on.
This is a good thing to post on one of those social media sites. This is an actual ghost story that I have that I genuinely cannot explain. I just texted it to the group. You don't have to look yet. Essentially, last year, April of last year, for Corian's birthday, we went to New Hope, Pennsylvania, which is a small town, Pennsylvania. It's where George Washington crossed the Delaware, and we just went there for the weekend, and we took a ghost tour of New Hope, Pennsylvania.
Fuck.
And during the ghost tour, there were like lots of places where it was only like the small group of us for her birthday that were on this tour. And the guide was telling us, oh, you can take a picture of this. Sometimes you'll see a ghost. Sometimes you'll see an orb, something like that. So I took pictures of all the buildings you're supposed to take a picture of. Nobody on our tour got a picture of a ghost. Somehow, some way, I'm not sure what it is. I swear to God, this is a photo on my phone. See, I typed in New Hope, Pennsylvania on my search bar, my gallery. So I swear this is not like a picture that I found. I took this picture. Look in the top right corner, turn your brightness all the way up and zoom in. There's supposed to be all the people here who are ghosts are soldiers of the Revolutionary War.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Look at that face.
Am I right about that? With the sash there?
Oh, I mean, no, there's absolutely a face with a sash there, but like, I mean, clearly that was just placed there for the ghost tour.
But here's the thing. Other people took a picture of that building and they did not get that.
I don't. First of all, I don't see shit. I mean, I'll let
So
you, I'll let
other
that rock.
people like Corianne and other people who took the same picture of the same building, we compared pictures. They don't have that.
Nah, John. I don't
Did they
see
take
shit.
it from the same angle though?
Similar angles. We were all in the same spot. Again, I'm saying there's probably something there. It maybe was a dude who's supposed to stand there. I'm not sure, but it's in one of those. It's like it's kind of cool to think about how nobody else got that picture, and there were 3 or 4 other people who took one.
Yeah, whatever that is, that is cool. That's yeah, it's cool. I mean, there is definitely a person in that photo. It's not even subtle. Like I think,
Really?
which is what, not even a little bit.
Because could it be a
He's so
reflection of
big.
somebody on the ground?
No, because there's nothing on the ground. It could be maybe a reflection. No, he's behind that window.
All right. Well, I'll post a picture with the fucking. With
Comey,
this
you can't see
video.
it.
No, I can't see
You don't
shit.
see it, Kobe?
See, my thing is like I don't really do ghosts. I don't believe in them. I don't see it, John.
Is your
I don't
brightness
bel-
all the way up?
I don't
Here,
believe
I'm
in
gonna
them, bro.
screenshot it.
Oh yeah, I
zoom
see
in,
it.
and
But
yeah.
that's clearly some. They play somebody there, bro. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's way too sharp. Like it's.
Okay.
I mean, but I don't want to ruin this for Brett. Like this, it is cool.
No. You're
Like-
not ruining anything for me. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Like the fact
Clearly-
that nobody else got a photo of that, I think is quite cool.
Or they probably like. It's very likely that they have like something on a rotating something rotating, where like
Hang on.
Mm.
Corianne.
sometimes you may get a picture
You
of it
take
if you
it,
take
yeah,
it during the right
yeah.
time, and the other people take a picture.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
It's probably some bullshit.
Well, because also, especially if you look at this fucking building that Brett has taken a photo of there, like it is, it just looks so staged. You know what I mean?
What would be wild is
what
would be
about the
wild
photograph I
is-
took of New Hope of the ghost.
Oh yeah.
So they think it's staged.
Yeah.
Why?
Because we all were staring at it and there wasn't enough time for somebody to place that.
Well, they're saying there's probably something back there that they just placed.
No, because it wasn't in any of the other photos.
I'd
Yeah,
like
but,
Tommy's
like-
suggestion. You could just have something rotating really fast, and if you're taking photos, like
Yeah,
somebody will catch it.
something on like a rotating thing.
Yeah, but 1 out of what, 6 of us?
Yeah, that seems like a pretty correct ratio.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I didn't realize you 2 were ratio experts. Carry on.
Mathematicians.
Yeah,
if you will.
no. We got masters in statistics.
Yeah. John got 2 of them.
Yeah, well, and that's pretty. That's a
Well,
close.
okay. I mean,
statistic,
have you looked at the center window in this photo, Brett? Because it looks like there's
looked
something
at all of
behind
them.
there.
There's another one.
It looks like they have some shit set up. No, not like a ghost. Like it looks like there's shit in
Yeah,
there.
no, but I
It
think
is
that's
like-
because somebody lives in that building. That's someone's bathroom. So that's like their Listerine bottles. That's someone's apartment. That's not the
So
ghost tour doesn't
maybe
own
the
that.
dude looking out was just a person.
Yeah, do you think maybe it's just a dude who lives there wearing a sash, Revolutionary Order?
Oh, check this out. Okay, if you zoom in and out, the color of his face changes.
We're spending way
That's
too much time
crazy.
on this. That's okay though. Did he turn from white
Maybe
to
somebody
black?
was just standing there staring at me at my phone.
If you just go like this to the photo and look at his face, the color of his face like completely changes.
Like he turns into a black guy, or what do you mean?
No, I don't know what it is.
Bro, that's clearly staged. Like that's terribly staged. I'm sorry, but try again, Brett.
Comey, I would tread lightly. I feel like you're about to get uninvited from the wedding.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's clear. That's clearly a ghost. That I apologize. It's,
Yeah, I think that's a ghost. That's one of the
what-
scariest things I have
Hang
ever
on,
seen.
hang on.
That
Let's
is-
let's
that is so spooky.
let's talk about that.
That is so spooky. My goodness.
Let's talk
Brett's on
about
the,
what?
Brett's on the edge right now.
Yeah,
He's like,
Brett needs to get something off his chest.
one second. Brett's on the edge. If we do
A little-
anything during this podcast, like really like piss him off, he's going to uninvite us. So I apologize, Brett. That is clearly a ghost. I'm sorry.
It's definitely a ghost. I've never, honestly, like my whole life, I haven't believed in ghosts.
Until
and
this
now
very moment. Yeah.
I have to email my 7th grade English teacher, Miss Bond, and tell her she was right.
Have you
All
ever
right, let's-
have you ever lived with somebody for 2 years?
all right, we're gonna talk about it. All right, I'm gonna have the cut for what is it, 32 minutes and 56
I don't think you have to
seconds?
cut.
All right.
You don't have to cut. I won't say names.
All right, go ahead.
All right, we'll say Jeremy.
Cool.
No,
Just-
please. That's like a good friend of mine. His name Jeremy.
What about
All right,
Jimothy?
we'll go Darius.
Latrell.
Lauren.
Latrell. Yeah, so Latrell.
Latrell.
Latrell. All right, cool.
So the story is there's a girl who we all used to be friends with. Who
What's her
was in
name?
our-
What's her name?
her name is Doreen.
Nice. All right, cool. Is
So
she
there's
white
this
or
girl-
black?
Are you
she-
sure it's not
she's
Destiny?
mixed race?
She's mixed race. What's her birthday?
Her birthday is February 30th.
Of what
I think
year?
her name's Faith for the purposes of this story.
Yeah, her name. Okay, for this story, her name is Faith.
Oh, interesting.
So Faith was good friends with all of us for a couple of years,
How many years?
almost 2,
Okay.
more than 2, around 2.
Okay. For
At
me,
the
I'd
end
say
of
about 1.5, maybe 1.
Sure. Yeah. At the end of these couple of years, we kind of had a falling out. She probably wouldn't say we had a falling out, but I felt like I wasn't very supported as a friend. Anyway, it was the whole thing. And so she and I don't talk anymore.
The
But-
fact that you're being so articulate and you're dressed right now, with your face painted
Like
as
Shrek.
But so Latrell, Latrell and I, we never had a falling out.
I'm gonna make
we
this full
didn't-
screen.
We didn't really text very much, but we never
Alright.
really had a falling out. We would send each other jokes back and forth. I'm trying to make an effort to become friends with Latrell again. I'm inviting him to the wedding. I invite him. I invite a couple other people from our class, and I don't really get any sort of response from him. Then I invite him to the bachelor party, and I don't really get any sort of response. So I'm inviting him to 2 things. I tell him that I'm happy to help support however I can. If he needs a place to stay in St. Petersburg, I'm happy to have him come over to our place. Like I'm trying to support as much as I can. And I didn't really get anything from him except I'm not as good as this other friend that he has, who he's going to go to that person's wedding instead because he can't afford to go to
I
both.
don't think that was his phrasing. I
phrasing
mean, I don't
was,
want to
there's another-
editorialize too much, but
All right, his
I don't think he
phrasing-
said you're not as good as this other person.
All right, but what he actually did say was, I'll tell you exactly what he said, and you'll see what I mean. What he actually said was, a month after your wedding is my other friend's wedding in Michigan, and you understand, man, he saved my life.
Do you have any idea what his friend's name is? Is it maybe like Yeksheva or like something very Jewish? Maybe.
It's not Jewish.
Okay.
Why?
I don't
Why,
know.
Comey?
Just because Latrell is a pretty black name, so I just figured we might
Mm.
throw.
I don't know
some-
what this other friend's name is, but anyway. So
I-
he's
I
just
Tenian?
trying to.
I just want to be.
Tenian.
Oh yeah.
I just want to be inclusive. That's all I'm trying to do. You know.
This dude so then we all Corianne and I go up to see him a couple weeks ago with the cats, and he lets us. We bring the cats over to his apartment. We hang out for a few hours. We bring up the wedding again because he hasn't said yes. He hasn't said yes for RSVP. He hasn't really done anything. He hasn't really let us know anything. So we brought it up again, especially the bachelor party. So because we need to know how many people are going to go. So he brought it up again. And he goes, he does the whole runaround again of how I don't think I can make it. It's there's other friend who saved my life, and I was like, okay, it's really no big deal if you can't make it. And then never hear from him again after that. And then all of a sudden, we're finding out Faith got married 2 hours away from where I'm getting married, and he's at her wedding celebrating the whole weekend for her, using a whole +1, bringing his +1. Flying in, and this is the same person who he asked me about 2 weeks ago, saying she doesn't talk to me very much. How is she doing? Meanwhile, I lived with him for 2 years. I'm really making an effort to invite him to my wedding, to get him out there, trying to see if I can figure out how to put him up while he's out there. And he gives me the whole runaround of why he can't make it. And then goes to somebody else's wedding who he doesn't care about in the same state as mine, who's in our same group of friends.
Okay, I will say I don't know about doesn't care about, but like
He definitely cares about her. You
Fair enough.
well, all right.
back
Well,
in the day.
I don't know about that. I didn't have a relationship.
And
like
here's
you
the
guys
thing.
did.
The thing is
don't
this:
know about that.
I'm not gonna sit here and get sad about it, because like,
Nah, there's no
you know
reason
what?
to
I
get
can do
sad.
whatever. I can say whatever I want. I can say, but I did this for you, this for you, this for you, this for you. Why won't you do this for me? And that's just, listen.
Brett,
he doesn't like me as much-
I love you, but you do not sound like a man who is not sad about this.
No, he's not sad about it. He just seems like a little bit upset. I'd say.
I'll tell you what. I'm not sad about it. What I am
Yeah,
is
maybe
mad.
not sad.
What I
Yeah,
am is
you-
mad, because if
You do care.
I do, because it's one.
I
You
also think it's
can't-
okay to be sad about it if you're sad about
You
it.
just can't do that. You just can't. You can't be like, give somebody who you lived with a whole runaround of why you can't go to their wedding when they're really making an effort, and then you go to this. I don't know. It's weird optics, and then
Yeah,
he goes.
It's strange just simply because like the reasoning for not being able to go to yours is like it's good, but it's not good enough. Like maybe
Well, the other thing would be
expound a little bit as to
is
why.
2 weeks ago, if he had just said, "Oh, we're going to his wedding in December, and we'd love to come to yours," and
Faiths.
or October, we'd love to come to yours in March, or April, we'd love to come to yours, but I've got another one. Then I'm going to see if I can make it to yours. I would have respected that. It was that he hit it.
The thing is,
Did a
John,
secret.
he doesn't respect it because I have to edit the videos. He doesn't respect it.
Yeah.
Or else-
Yeah,
or
he
else
doesn't
would-
respect
would-
it at all.
He doesn't
It would
respect
never
it.
be a mistake if he was editing it.
All right. Anyways,
What happened?
And we're back.
your
Did I say
face
someone's
is
name?
yeah, it's fine. You don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
You said
I'll
Faith's
edit it
name.
Okay. Well, anyway, what I was trying to say was Latrell.
out.
Anyway,
You could honestly just censor the names, Comey. I'm sure that'll be super easy for you
I have to go through the
to just
entire
find it,
clip, bro.
to find every
Right.
time we use the name and just censor it.
I should really keep
I
like a
actually-
sheet in front of me and just like kind of every single time something
Just
happens,
take it
something
off,
like
little
it, yeah.
timestamps. Yeah.
It's all good.
I actually have a thought as to how to resolve this whole thing without you having to engage in any sort of conflict resolution or talking to Latrell or anything like that. And I think it's actually a little bit on us, Comey, as groomsmen.
Should we kidnap Latrell and bring him to the wedding?
Close.
Was that your
Close. I was saying we should set up a situation that puts Latrell's life genuinely in danger, but sets Brett up to save him.
Well, I mean, if he doesn't care enough
And
about
then-
him at this
and
point
then-
to come,
And then Brett says, "Hey," like a couple of weeks later after this situation has occurred, he says, "Hey, do you want to come to my wedding?" And he's like, "Oh, this other guy, like he saved my life." Brett can be like, "Oh,
no, I didn't. Oh,
what?
then I could say, now I did.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
What was
Yeah.
with the yelling though? You literally
Because
yelled.
I
Yeah,
figured out
what?
where you were going with that, and I got proud of myself.
I thought. See, I actually thought you were both already onto it, and I was over explaining it.
No,
but
I
I
was
am
already
glad
took
I
me a
took the
while.
time
to.
to.
No, it took me a while. I had to get there.
I got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Is Comey looking at another accessory?
No, sorry. I just yeah, man, it's a bad look in general. I mean, like, I think it's just poor communication on Latrell's part.
It's not
And
poor. It's not poor communication. It's a total lack of respect.
fair. That's can be there as well. Um, hey, man, if somebody doesn't want to come and fuck, I don't got nothing.
I
It
will
don't
say,
matter.
if I had somebody who I considered even like a remotely good friend, like a good enough friend to be inviting me to my wedding, and they did that, I do feel like they would not be my friend anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm
And I
headed.
would I'd probably talk to him about it. Like
I
I'd
don't
probably
think
be
I
like,
need to
hey,
because we're not good friends. You know what I mean?
Fair
We're just
enough.
friends. We're friendly with each other.
I mean, okay, but here's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you do what you want to do. It doesn't actually really matter.
Right.
I feel like there's a world in which it is good to like actually just tell him, like flat out, like, hey, this was really fucked up. Don't like it. And that's that. Like I feel like it is okay to just like. I mean,
Right.
maybe you don't need to,
Yeah,
but
because my thing is
I
like
feel- I
that's
feel-
just gonna make him feel bad, and it's not like he did anything with bad intentions. You know what I mean?
well, I don't think he did
I-
anything with bad intentions, but he did obfuscate. Like he hid the fact he was going to the face
Whoa,
wedding.
whoa! Define obfuscate, bro. That's a big word, dog. What the fuck? You can't just be saying big words and just continuing on roll like that, bro. Chill. Define that shit, bro.
He did.
He dances around.
Yeah,
dances around the problem.
he omitted key information because he knew it would bother you like this.
Now, give me the Yiddish term for obfuscate. Like, give me a Yiddish definition for obfuscate.
He gewelted the
Yeah, he kept some of the information in his kepi.
All right.
Yeah,
Now imagine
exactly.
if you were sorry. Imagine if you were a black man trying to define this to another black man. Go ahead.
He
no, I can't bring myself to
He-
do that.
he well, I'm not gonna use an accent, but I can come up with some terminology.
Or as our no, go ahead.
All right, joke's dead. All right. Next on to
he
the next
didn't
one.
let his homies in on
I really couldn't think of anything, to be honest. I probably would have said it if I could have thought of anything.
All right. I have another little topic of conversation, and then John, you gotta go in 15 minutes. So, oh, this is good. This is good. I thought about this while driving from Costco today. Um, look, let's imagine that like that for some reason, trick or treating was meant for adults. What do you guys? What do you guys think that would be like a worthy thing for people to give to other adults when they like if they trick or treated? Instead of like candy, like what's like a practical thing that adults could give other adults if trick or treating was
that
a
would be
thing?
affordable
Yeah, affordable.
because like alcohol wouldn't be affordable.
I mean, I suppose you can like get like
hand massages.
that'd be very fucking strange, but I guess that is affordable.
yeah. Trick or
Just-
heat.
Just I just like the image of saying trick or treat and then the person just gently grabbing your hand.
So, yeah, he just starts massaging gently.
Hey,
It's like
I
you
don't,
were
the perfect. I
before.
think the perfect adult treat would be we call it trick or queef.
I gotta. That's okay. What is this fucking Terrence and Phillip? The girl version of Terrence and Phillip. Anyways,
The
What were they
thing is,
called?
Brett can say anything, and since he's dressed like Shrek, it's kind of funny.
Fiona.
I'll tell you guys a story. This was like this was I think like junior year of high school. I was still trick or treating. Don't make fun of me, but I just wanted free candy. So my friends and I went dressed as like I don't
That's
know,
such a
fucking-
weird age to trick or treat. Like I feel like it's okay for college kids to trick or treat.
but
It's
like
okay
high
for
school.
children, but like high schoolers trick or treat.
Hey man, I just wanted free candy, whatever. So we went trick or treating, and we were like, it was coming toward the end of the night, and we went to some random lady's apartment, near here, and she she opened the door, and she goes, where we say trick or treat, and she was like, "Oh, you guys are having a nigga night." I said, she was, it was a black lady, and I was like,
Okay, I was about to say you didn't.
No,
you didn't
I mean,
specify
I
that.
was picturing.
hilarious. Come on. But yeah, she was like, "You guys are having a
And we're
nigga
back.
night," and I was like, "Wait, what is that? What do you mean?" She's like a nigga night, and she was saying it like as if it was just like a regular term that people use. I've never heard of a nigga night in my life. And I was
Is
like,
that just like
okay.
guys' night for her? What is that?
Did you ask her?
Apparent-
Did you ask her to define it?
I asked her to explain it, and apparently it's just like kind of being a little being a little devious at
A little-
night, essentially.
A little,
So-
a little cheeky with your.
a little yeah, a little cheekies. That's what essentially what it was. I
So
was
was
like,
she
okay,
being
that's weird.
racist?
No, she was just a black lady just saying nigga night. I don't know what why she said it, but
It's a great fucking term.
well, feel free to go ahead and use it tonight.
Use it?
On the 31st. If you, I mean, consequences are on you. I don't care, but you can go ahead and tell other people. Tell them to have a great nigga night and see how that goes.
Yeah, can you define it in Yiddish for me?
Essentially
Because
a
I don't
night
really
for-
know what it is.
No, I got you.
Can
A
you
night for
define it in Yiddish?
night for
Yeah,
mentions.
governor's ball.
A night for mentions.
That was a great
Mentions-
Jewish joke.
Mentions do fun things. All right, so I guess we didn't really come to an agreement about what practical thing for trick.
Yeah, it'll be Mensch
adult
Monday.
trick-or-treaters. What adult trick or treaters can get.
Ooh. I feel like all that's coming to mind is the little USB or lightning to headphone jack
Oh yeah.
cables. I feel like you could give out things like that for Halloween,
Practical
and
things.
I would be so thrilled if I like walked up to a door and somebody gave me like a USB-C to USB-C cord.
Or like a flash drive, or like flash drives, like
Yeah.
5
Like
gigabyte
Traveler's
gigabyte
toothpaste.
flash drives.
Like 1 terabyte hard drive.
That's huge. That's not practical.
That's pretty practical. I put
Pocket
all your
Bibles.
photos on.
No,
there.
no, they're expensive, is what I'm saying.
Oh, fair.
Or like, oh, how about chapstick? You can give chapstick as a
Do you guys use chapstick?
bro. Come on.
Because I was told at some point that chapstick ends
on,
up
hold on,
making your
hold on,
lips
hold on.
chap more,
Yeah,
and I just
absolutely.
believed it. I believed
Bro.
it like I was. Jesus
Bro, bro.
Christ!
This shit is
But wait, but you do think it makes your lips get chapped more?
absolutely. I can't live without it. I like start freaking out if I like go on a trip and I don't have chapstick. I genuinely
No, but
have a panic attack.
Wait. You're saying absolutely, and then you're saying, yeah, that's why I use chapstick, but that doesn't make any sense.
Because he's addicted to it now.
Yeah, I'm
lips-
addicted
I
to it,
see.
bro. Yeah.
I got you.
Look, I
I-
bought
the
this
Burt's
off
Bees
some
stuff-
random dude on fucking on OfferUp. I'm a fucking crackhead.
Can I ask something that's probably been talked about a lot on podcasts, and you guys probably understand this more than me. What are they called? Zins or Zines? Those little nicotine pouches?
They're called Zins, yeah.
Why do people do those?
I mean, it's all the fun of nicotine without all the drawbacks of a cigarette or a vape.
But what is the fun of nicotine? I thought nicotine was purely addictive.
Nicotine is kind of fun. It gives you like so I did my first Zin about a month ago, actually. Not really interested in doing them again.
Burn.
Now it looks like
Uh,
a melted Hershey's Kiss.
Hey, chill.
All I was gonna say, Brett, is like they are kind of fun. You get like a head rush off it. It kind of feels like the mixture of. It's like if you took a lot of caffeine, like you drank like 3 espressos at once,
Okay.
like pretty fast.
So it's just like an upper.
With- Yeah. It just makes you feel like a little bit buzzed, but not.
See, but my
like
stepbrother,
alcohol
my
does.
stepbrother, I don't know if he does the Zins, but he like vapes nicotine.
That's it.
But he told me
once you get super addicted, it's like it does something else because it's just scratching that itch. Like
yeah,
so
because
that
that's
feels
what
different.
he
But
said.
if
Like he'll wake up 7 or 8 times a night and have panic attacks unless he takes a hit of that thing.
that sweet cloud.
Maybe he
Yeah.
should stop.
Yeah,
doing
That's what I
just
said to
like-
him. He got mad at me, and then I said that to him. He got mad at me.
that.
Oh, dude, if you're not like spinning cotton a few times per night, what are you doing?
So don't tell me how to live.
You're not deep throating a fireplace.
What the fuck, dude?
Oh, actually, giving out vapes for Halloween would go over very well for adults, or Zins.
Probably Zins. Is that
Yeah,
practical? though?
Zins, because Zins are cheap, right? They're like $5, like 10.
Yeah. Actually, every parent who's out with a kid trick or treating, I feel like should get a Zin at some point in the evening.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's been a spooky episode.
Ooh, I had something.
Brett, this shit is wild, bro. I swear to God, every time I look at you, it's fucking nuts.
I really like when Brett goes in profile and you can like see like his nose is like not covered in
Yeah.
green, but
Oh,
it's
man.
great. Brett, do you still have the Hulk hands Comey got you?
I never got him Hulk hands.
You never got him Hulk hands?
No, I was going to, but then I
Somebody
was
had
like,
Hulk
"What?"
hands.
I was like, why am I going to get this man Hulk hands? It doesn't make any sense.
I
so
mean,
just
it-
decided not to.
Pretty funny. You got
I
him Hulk
know, but-
hands.
They also they
Comey,
wouldn't.
Alright,
I
he,
think
anyways.
Comey sent me the link once. I don't think he ever got him.
he wouldn't fit in them. His hands wouldn't fit in the Hulk hands, so it just doesn't make any sense.
What I do have from Comey
Oh,
though is I
tragic.
still have just a hole in a rock.
Dude, that is the best gift that like I have ever
Wow,
been a part of.
fucking amazing. Bought that from Etsy. Fuck Etsy. They didn't shape my costume in time. I'm kind of pissed.
I actually can't believe that actually existed on Etsy as well.
What did?
The wall.
Oh, but I mean, it was just a small. I did the rest myself.
Yeah, no. I mean, I know, but like like even that was just kind of rogue. Like it
Somebody
was
made
because it
that.
was
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I
somebody
get
made
you.
that.
And
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
hoped somebody would buy it, and he did.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah. That's
First
it's
customer,
actually crazy.
probably.
Like so many things had to go right for Brett to receive that item.
That person was doing dances.
Yeah, they were just celebrating. It finally sold. For context for the listener, actually, I don't really want to give context for the
Yeah,
listener. on this.
probably don't get context. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. You
anyways,
can't say
what I was
that
gonna-
word anymore.
When I made Comey that Barry Brettelstein,
it's amazing. I
he-
still have that.
the he
Dude, the
Brett
Brettel.
portrait.
Well, I think you made the Brettelstein thing, and then Comey was texting me about what to get you for your birthday, and we were like, we got to match the Brettelstein. Like we got to get something that's in that territory.
Well, I when I was telling the guy who was making it, I said, "Right, can you put in calligraphy he eat bread?" And it was this old white guy, and he was like, "He eat bread? What's that mean?" And I was like, "Oh, my friend Comey and I, we have a running joke." He was like, "Oh, he eat bread," and the guy wrote he missed. I guess he didn't remember exactly what I wanted him to write, and he originally wrote he be eating bread.
That's pretty good, actually.
That
He's like-
would have been really good.
He's like, well, they are black, so let me go ahead and make it.
He be eating bread. I was like, no, that's not what I said.
I still have that. I'm still waiting to get my own place so I can put that up somewhere. Honestly, it's a great gift. Shout out to you guys. Oh, and I also finished the hot one sauces. So I mean,
You got through 'em?
Damn.
I got through.
Good for
'em.
you.
Yeah, bro.
Good for you.
Shout out to the bros, man. Great gift.
Ugh.
Remember that one
I
time I
still,
tried to get.
I still regularly use my full gallon water bottle that you guys got me.
Yeah.
The coldest one.
Yeah, the coldest one. Dude, I brought that to London, and for the first chunk of time at Lambda, I was like bringing it to school for some reason, even though it's enormous. So I was carrying it on the train, all that. I get to class, people would be in the midst of talking about really serious things, and I would pick up my giant water bottle that has the tiniest little straw, and I would like while they were talking.
Hilarious.
And it always had ice in it, so it was super loud.
Just-
It was the
just
most
jiggling.
obnoxious thing.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Remember that one time we
Oh,
tried
yeah.
to wait, I think Brett and I or maybe Brett didn't go in on it, but I tried to get you some shoes, bro, and it ended up costing way too much money.
Dude.
Oh no, I
Remember
did.
that
No,
shit?
Brett
No,
did
both
go
of
on
us
it.
went
You
on
guys
it.
both went in
Okay,
on it.
okay,
That was
yeah.
really sweet of you guys. Yeah.
Bro.
But it
Fuck,
was
first
because of
of
the
all-
VAT.
But didn't you have
Yeah.
to spend like $300 just to pick them up?
I
Nah, it
did.
was
I had to pay. I think it was £250 to the British government, basically.
Wait, did you actually
It was
pay it or
value-added
did you just
tax.
leave it?
Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to get the shoes without paying it.
Yeah, you should have just left the shoes, bro. At that point, that wasn't that
No,
wasn't.
no,
worth
but
it.
you guys like chipped in an extra bit to help cover it. I think I
Okay,
ended
that-
up paying like $50 or something.
This
It was
is
just
why we
super
don't.
expensive for you guys.
This is why we don't like London, bro. Like that's ridiculous. First of
That's
all,
so fair. So
Yeah.
fair. I kind of hate London too.
or the UK for that matter. Honestly,
Hey, you better Brexit.
I got a little thing I want to ask your guys' opinion on.
all right, let's do it.
I have a pretty strong opinion on it. I feel like I know what both your guys' opinion is already, but I just want you to hear the story.
Shrek 2 is the best
So
one.
my team my team at my office is in charge of like putting on little events for people. We do birthdays at the end of the month. We do leaving drinks for people when they leave the company. We recently had a new manager come in right at the beginning of October, and in October in the UK, it is Black History Month, which means I've celebrated Black History Month twice this year.
Oh
Oof,
man, wait. That means that they
I
get
know,
a
I
whole
know.
31 days. That's crazy. Instead of
I
it
think
being in
it's
Yeah,
February.
yeah. Anyway, so this new manager wants to make a splash, so she says like, let's put on a Black History Month event. And we settle on doing like a quiz or a bingo for people in the office with like famous Black entertainers. And it actually takes weeks to get HR to approve it and to like get it put on as an event. We're not able to publicize it until HR has approved it. So basically, until the day before we were doing it, nobody knew it was happening. But we managed to get like 15 people to come. And as it was starting, to me and another guy on my team, Black dude, we're like roaming around the office trying to get the final people to come. And there were a couple people who were like, oh, no, like we can't go to that. And we're like, why not? And they were like, well, we think it's good to like attend, but we're white. And like, if we win one of the prizes, like we're taking it from an underprivileged person.
I wouldn't call them underprivileged. Also, you guys should have made
That was the word they used. That was the word they used.
You guys should have made the
Um,
gifts like an Afro pick or like like
just
just
some
things that make-
American black
Oh, when-
stereotypical items.
When they were brainstorming the gifts, I should have asked you for feedback, much like your Halloween question.
yeah, I would have you'd be like, oh, I have a black friend, and then you can go ahead and ask me.
Yeah. That's exactly how I would have phrased it too.
That's what I do about Jewish friends.
But yeah, I was really floored by this. She was so adamant about it. She was like, yeah, like it'd be really messed up in Black History Month if I won and like took that gift from a black person. And I was like, that's a bad take. That is a bad take. Like it's really not fucked up. For you
They
to just
deserve
go to
those
some-
gifts, not me.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's their month.
Was this
not
fucking
mine.
reparations?
That's so. That's
You're
so.
paying your
condescending.
reparations. It's so condescending.
Wait,
Through a
no. What you need to
fucking
do. What you
Hello
really need to do-
Kitty tape dispenser.
Wait,
The
what do you
gift was a tape dispenser.
Wait,
I was
so
actually
you know
gonna
what you
ask
do?
what the
She should
gifts
do is she
were.
should win the tape dispenser and then she should go give it to a black person and say, "I think you deserve it."
Say here,
actually
this is
crazy.
yours. Yeah, that's a bad look.
Yeah,
I mean,
the kicker to that was the person on my team who was in charge of creating the game got very confused about what bingo was apparently. So
what
she handed
the-
out bingo cards where there was only one winning card, but not because it was like luck of the draw. There was just only one card that had all the right answers to the questions she was asking, but everybody was playing it as regular bingo.
Bro.
It made no fucking sense. It was horrible.
Bingo has
was
a
a bad event.
song. Bingo has a child song. Like, how do you not? I'll be like, got a whole song. All right.
What's what? I'm. It's called.
Bro, why have you fallen further and further off screen?
Uh,
I just see your Shrek ears at this point. There we go. That's better. Get the whole thing in
So,
there.
so where Korean works, they for Juneteenth, they said you can either take Juneteenth off because it's a federal holiday, or you can come in and work that day and you can get one other day off at any point throughout the year. And Korean said, I don't think there's any circumstance where I say I'm going to take Juneteenth off.
Why not? She needs to rest. She's
Well, it's one of it was like
she's a black
that's the
woman who-
one optional holiday.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, technically, yeah.
And she options to take that holiday.
I mean, I would option to take it if I were her.
Well,
but,
no,
you
she's
know.
saying I don't. I could work that day. There's no reason for me to take that day off. I'd rather take another day off that I need.
Oh, so a more important day is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd take off a more important day.
Yeah, like what kind of day other than
Columbus
Juneteenth would-
Day.
Columbus Day, Veterans
Flag
Day.
Day.
Arbor Day.
Yeah. No, she was like, I don't think it's. I
National
don't think
Hot
that.
Dog Day.
She said, I don't
Earth
think
Day,
the.
Green Day.
Green Day. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I was trying
What-
to come up with more.
How do
stuff.
you guys how do you guys celebrate Juneteenth? Like, what are your normal celebrations?
Hook out.
I forget that I forget that Juneteenth is even a thing, to be honest, because I mean I just didn't grow up celebrating it, so yeah. But yeah, and Brett, if you want to
No,
invite me to
I
your
don't think
cookout,
anyone in this podcast grew up celebrating Juneteenth.
Brett, if you want to invite me to your cookout, let me know.
All right.
We
Yeah.
end-
You know what?
we end-
You know what, Brett? I bet you are more likely to be able to get Latrell to come to your Juneteenth cookout than to your
I
wedding.
think you're absolutely right about that, and that's what pisses me off. And for everyone and for everyone who doesn't understand, Latrell is white.
yeah, obviously.
Latrell's name is not Latrell.
it's more like Jared,
Jeremiah.
or like
You remember when Latrell, every time we would pass a police officer, would say, "Hey, Nazi pig," every single time we passed one. Meanwhile, sitting next to me, a Jew, he'd refer to these police officers as Nazis, and now he's applying to be a police.
I wasn't there for when that happened, so I'm gonna take your word for it. But
Remember when he insisted that there was no Jewish look?
And then he
He- yeah.
contacted his one other Jewish friend to call me out on my anti-Semitism.
Oh,
On
did he-
your
did-
anti-Semitism.
Did the person actually try to call you out on your anti?
Yeah, they did. They said, sounds like he has some deep-seated anti-Semitism that he needs to work out. And I said, just for saying there's a Semitic look.
Bro.
Yeah.
And that's not me saying anyone with a big nose is Jewish. I'm saying people from that part of the world look a certain way, like Russians look a certain way.
Very true. Okay.
I mean,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, my
No need
anger
to
at
go further with
Latrell is
that.
bad enough that I think
I will
that
say
bridge is just gonna be
we have
burned.
actually spoken enough about Latrell in other episodes by name that I do think that it through
Well,
context
no.
clues.
Absolutely
listeners
easy
could
to figure
figure-
out. Absolutely.
No, he could figure it out easily. That's not even a
Oh,
question.
yeah.
I mean, other people could figure out that it's the same person.
Easily.
What John is saying is, in order to understand what's happening in this episode, you have to watch the past episodes. So you can find
Yes.
our catalog on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, I should say. We're also on Spotify and YouTube, and eventually we'll be on other platforms as well. Maybe TikTok. I don't know if Shrek 2 decides to, But apart from
Did you guys
that,
what happened at?
Oh.
Did you guys hear what's happening at Patricia McGregor's theater in New York?
well, that's been going on for a very long time.
No, now it's bad.
Like them not like saying we don't support Israel.
No,
Essentially.
no. The whole theater is shut down
For
because
what?
they were putting on a show, and the owner of the building where the theater is the Catholic Church. The archdiocese is the landlord.
Right.
And they're doing a show about trans Jews, and he didn't want the show to get put up there, so they had to find a different space for it. And then he did a deeper look at their season, and he said they're not allowed to produce anything at the Connolly Theater, so their whole theater is suspended right now.
Damn, I didn't even realize that. I saw like posts here and there, but I didn't read into it. So
Which
I
is
didn't really-
I don't know, that it kind of goes against free speech. You can't say, I understand you own the building,
yeah.
but if that theater's been there for, I don't know, that seems real gray.
I know.
Yeah, isn't one of her kids named Sieg?
No,
Like Sieg-
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Like Sigmund
yeah, she's got
Freud.
Sieg and Goose.
Yeah.
If she named one of her kids Siegmund, I would respect it so much.
I would have respected that. That would have been.
Yeah,
she would have had my vote.
Fuck it, that'd be fucking cold.
Stupid. Anyways, I emailed
Sigmund
her.
Heil.
That's so shitty.
And that story is in fact the scariest thing that has ever happened to Comey.
And that's how we're gonna close out the fucking podcast. That shit
Comey left
was-
Los Angeles going,
Okay. No.
no, didn't land.
No, it didn't. Okay. That's why are you eating your microphone, John?
I don't know. I get distracted and bored.
That's weird, bro.
Yeah, it is.
That's all I heard from him. And meanwhile, I made him $10,000.
That's actually crazy. That's so weirdly pass ag.
And do you know how much I made from that entire thing with $1,000?
Well, I mean, you're supposed to take 10%. That's kind of
That was 10.
That is
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
seems
saying.
that seems
It's
like
given.
a pretty fair deal, to be honest. But
No,
No,
I
but
know,
I
I
do
know it
feel
is.
it's
But he
fair.
didn't have to do, what I'm saying is he didn't do shit. He didn't do
Yeah,
anything. All he had to
yeah,
do, he
that
didn't
was
have
the
to ship
agreement.
him.
That was the agreement. I'm
that
saying,
was the agreement.
Hang
you
on,
don't-
hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I'm not sitting here getting mad. I'm sitting here mad at the fact that he took
Bar.
10,000. Hang on, I'm pissed off. He took $10,000. I made no money off of that deal and put so much work into it. They could my point is they could at the very least, she could have seen me for something.
I don't know
She-
if those are
A quid pro quo.
yeah,
Yes.
those
You
are
wanted
too
from this.
Do you not
equivalent.
see this theme? If I do a bunch of shit for you, I expect you to come to my fucking wedding.
That's not the same. He sounds like Shrek. He's going. I see. He's like going
He
for.
does sound like Shrek. It's
Yeah. Anyways, that was the agreement, Brett. I don't know if you can really. Anyways, not to piss you off any
No,
more
I'm
than
not
you're
mad.
already
Hang
pissed.
on a minute. I'm not at all mad about the agreement. I'm not mad about the fact that I didn't get as much money as I thought. Like that's not what I'm upset about. I'm upset about the fact that after we left on bad terms, I go and I make you $10,000 by putting a ton of my own work into it and none of your work, and I just made you $10,000 extra just randomly, and then for me to just get more shit from it.
he sounds a little mad about the agreement.
Oh, I'm very mad about it. Dude, I'm as bitter as it comes at everything that happened in that state.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, if you
I mean,
come and
on a nicer note, you guys, did you see my message about the Lehman Brothers, the Lehman trilogy?
Oh yeah, it was good,
Yeah.
right?
It was super good, but the guy who just like stole the show, he's just, like the whole crowd was just loving him. I thought he was
Old
incredible.
Globalum.
Yeah, dude, I looked him up, and to see that in London, to see old Globe alum just like
That's gotta feel good.
absolutely thriving on the West End felt so good.
Hang on, John. What's his name?
Aaron Koch, I think.
How do you spell it?
Aaron.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna have to cut all this out, but okay, cool. Just fucking
Yeah, you
bastard.
probably do
A-
need to cut this.
Aaron.
Y'all
Anyway.
ain't shit.
All right, I think that's all we got.
That's all we got. All right. Well, Brett, if you wanna outro us out with saying "Get out of my swamp," we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll call it a day.
Hey, get out of my swamp.
Nice. Just San Francisco Shrek. Yeah, Nebraska Shrek. All right,
Get
that's
out
been
of
the
my
podcast.
swamp.
That's been
Wait,
the
wait. Can you say
podcast.
Can you say donkey once?
Donkey. How do you want me to say it?
Pretty good. That's a pretty good Shrek.
All right.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
All right, that's been the podcast, y'all. This is a Halloween special. This is the 20th episode, man. We've done 20 episodes. It's amazing.
20
Honestly-
episodes in 2 years.
It hasn't been 2 years.
Didn't we start
like
this 2
one.
year ago? 1 year.
Nah, it's been less than a year.
We definitely started this last fall.
I'll check and see when the upload date was. But I feel like this has been less than a year. Less than a year
Fair
in the
enough.
making, y'all. Man, to all of our non-subscribers who haven't subscribed at all, and we have like 2 listens on YouTube, we appreciate it. But seriously, no, we have a few Spotify listeners, which is pretty cool.
Do
yeah.
we still?
Yeah, it was pretty. People listen, man. I don't know, like 2 or 3 people are listening.
Hey.
Somewhere out there.
We're gonna I'm not gonna say big things to come. Maybe medium sized things to come. Maybe we won't overpromise and we'll over deliver. Under promise and under. Wait, no, that's wrong. Under promise and over deliver. My bad. Has been the podcast. Have a happy Halloween. This was a spooky episode. Goodbye.
I was working in the lab late one night